Let the people know what happened.
There's nothing to say. It's all under review. It's being investigated. We don't know what's going on. There's no proof of anything. Nothing is taking place. We need a ruling from the commissioner. Who's the commissioner?
James.
You're the commissioner? There's nothing to talk about. We're just making money.
You can tell him the problem.
Can I tell you the problem off camera?
Well, here's the thing: is you were trying to do the right thing, and you entered a trade, and you mistakenly got stopped out immediately for a big loss, which has happened to me too. So we can do this one of two ways.
Well, I have
Either
a
it
first.
stands.
I have a question first.
Either it stands.
I have a question before we get to that point.
No.
I want to ask about my stop loss because I'm confused.
I don't know
thought
anything about your stop loss.
we can look at it, and it's set at 1,953.
You're doing the
and for some reason I'm down 27, 34, 38.
No, he did a market or whatever order.
How does that work?
He did set his stop
Why
loss
are
at
you asking
19.
me?
Because I don't know.
Listen,
the
here are
numbers
the two
aren't adding up
options.
here. This
Look,
thing lies.
these
The
are the two
whatever
options.
this trading view lied to me, which
These are
thus
the two
makes the
options.
trade
We
invalid.
either
It's
let it
invalid.
stand, or you can have your money back if I get my money back for every trade that was stopped out within a second, because it's happened to me multiple times. Because I didn't understand how to place limit orders.
Can I know how much that tallies to?
No.
Maybe.
It's not more than mine.
It's not more than yours, I can tell you that.
Huh.
But it would be a significant amount.
So I
It's
messed
more
up.
than
You're saying I
$1,000
messed up on the
probably.
limit order.
No,
I don't know
you
what
didn't
you
set
did.
a limit order.
I don't know what you did. What I'm saying is, if you want to erase that trade from the record book, I should be able to erase all my trades that I placed incorrectly with my limit orders,
I'll
where
just
they were
be-
stopped out in an
okay.
instant.
I'll just be completely transparent and honest here, for the camera, for whoever. I don't know what we're talking about here because nothing happened. No trade was taken. It's all fugazi.
God.
So, Drew lost $2,700 on this trade. But your team is still winning.
Yeah, I think it has to stand.
Without
I just want to know what
27?
happened. I need someone
Yeah,
to
okay,
explain to me
actually-
what took
You would
place.
be-
I wonder as well.
3,000. Hold on. Wait,
It's
Matt.
okay.
Your team
Hold
would
it back.
still be winning by $3,500.
Yeah, it counts. I just want to know what just took place.
Click it.
That's
See
a
if we can
question
look
for
at
your coach.
details.
Because I was also
Not
looking
the
at the
commish.
wrong time frame for it to
Details.
move that fast. Like. Oh, are we going? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I'm just over here in the zone. Having a great trading day. Just be completely honest with you. I was 1-0 coming to today. Haven't taken a lot of trades, but now I'm 2-1. That's 2 wins, 1 loss. Ask me how much I won. Doesn't matter. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to boast. Just saying, look, I got 2 winning trades, 1 losing trade. That's all that matters. Still make me laugh, man. I was doing so good. You can't make me laugh. I was almost done. I was almost done. You can't sit there and make me laugh, bro. I was doing so good. Am I supposed to keep going? I don't know. Anyways, 2 wins, 1 loss. It's a good day to be Trader Drew. J-R-U-E. Let's go, team. And for all you out there, a quick ad for my man Mark Douglas. If you want to trade like me, if you want to trade like Trader Drew, J-R-U-E, take a peep into Mark Douglas's book, Trading in the Zone. It'll get you in the zone so you can find winners like I do.
Okay, so it's Friday. It's the end of the day. In fact, we're all getting ready to leave the office here pretty soon, but I wanted to give y'all an update on my trades, of course, because believe it or not, I actually had a really, really good trading day today. By far the best trading day I've had in the entire competition. I took a couple trades, as usual. Figured out how to do the limit orders. All right, Nick helped me with that. I didn't mention that in last week's episode after I went on my whole rant about the limit orders, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was in trades I didn't want to be in, and why am I in this trade? I don't understand. All that fun stuff. Nick actually explained very simply how I kept messing that up. So we have that figured out, but you guys got to see this, all right? So these are my trades just from today. Don't ask to see anything from before today, and just leave it alone. But today, okay, seven positive trades, including an $866 trade and a $600 trade. I actually did the math, and by me I mean this calculator. $1,735.54 straight profit today. I am very pleased with that. I am in one trade currently, down $22. I have a pretty tight stop loss here at about $68. So if I get stopped out with one bad trade, today, whatever, I still made over $1,500 profit today. So that's huge in getting us back in this competition. We were down over $5,000 going into today. But I'm going to try and update the numbers that we have on the whiteboard outside the office today to get a super accurate number so that everybody knows how much Team A1 Day 1 is up at the end of week 2. But I'm very happy with my trading performance today. I actually do have a couple other limit orders. I can't remember on which actual currency pairs they are, but I do have a few limit orders set up, ready to go. If they get hit, then they're gonna start selling or start buying and things like that, because we got that figured out. But really happy with today. Stuck with it. $1,700 profit so far. Might take a loss on USD CAD, but it's okay. Another wild turn of events. I decided to record this as I was leaving the office, actually. Right after I filmed all of that, I realized that I had a limit order on Euro USD, I think. Getting in my car. So, I realized I had a limit order that had gone off on Euro USD that was already in like $700 worth of profit. I ended up trailing for 500 to hit the stop, but another $505 of profit, and we cut the Team A1 Day 1's lead to $940. So we were down over $5,000 going into today. Now we are down less than 1,000. So that's a big win in my book. I actually do have a couple other limit orders. I can't remember on which. We are so back. So as you guys can tell, I have gone on a bit of a tear recently. I don't know what happened. The switch just kind of flipped. Well, you know what? No, I do know what happened. And I really started paying more attention to what the charts were doing and started just being putting more thought into it. I was having a lot of fun taking trades. Some were winners, a lot were losers. I was having fun with it. And I decided I needed to get back into the roots of the trading and really taking time, looking for good breakout opportunities. And clearly it has worked out for me so far. I did the math. Let me pull out my phone here if I could ever get it out of my pocket. My last 14 trades have all been positive for a total, I believe. I don't know if I think this last trade for 975, I hadn't trailed that much when I added all this together. So I think it's actually a little bit more than this, but $8,591.99 on my last 14 straight trades. Safe to say that the move paid off, and Team Pitbulls is back on top. So very excited about that. My account balance is higher than it's ever been, $105,653.65. And honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself for this stretch. Friday to today, Monday, I mean, has just been insane. I placed 5 limit orders over the weekend after Nick explained to me what I was doing wrong when I was entering my limit orders. He taught me what I was doing wrong. I was very confused. And I thought that just limit orders, if price hits that point, it will buy or sell, whichever you choose. I did not know that for a buy limit order, it has to be below current price, and it has to come down, hit that, and then go back up for the buy. I thought that you could place, and then vice versa for the sell, same thing. It has to come up before it goes down. I just thought that when price hits whatever point you set, it'll trigger the trade and, do its thing. I mean, this is $6,000 worth of profit from the weekend because of those limit orders. So very happy about that. But enough about past trades. Let's get to current trades. I do not have any current trades open, but just for fun, really quickly, I'm going to try and make this quick. I really am. I'm probably going to cut this down really short because I don't want to take up too much time. I'm going to go through the EDGEFINDER watch list a little bit, pick out a couple charts here and there, and see if there's any trades that look good. We're just going to look over some charts together. I have pound dollar pulled up. This is just the last thing I was looking at, I guess. And pound dollar to me, on the 15-minute chart here, let's back this up to the 4-hour. I usually like to start on the larger time frames and then work my way to shorter time frames. So on the 4-hour, this thing looks totally range bound and consolidated to me. I don't see this breaking clear up or clear down in either direction for a big move. But the reason I go big to small is because maybe we can catch, in this period of consolidation when it's hitting, support and then retesting or hitting resistance and coming back down. You could catch a nice little move right there if it's literally just doing bing, 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 So on the 1-hour chart, I mean, I'm seeing a huge period of consolidation here. Just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, back and forth. And we've come down, we've gone back up, and this candle is coming back down. So this, to me, looks like it has potential for a bearish run here. If we were to buy here and then have it, I mean, maybe, right? Why not? Let's try it. We're having fun here, people. So we're gonna buy right here. Stops at these highs, right? I'm gonna real tight stop on this one, right at the very top of these wicks. 1.2. All right, we got 27615, 27615. $300. I don't need quite that much. 150 sounds nice, just a little bit. And I'm gonna also put a take profit right down here, I guess at these, kind of right at the bottom of these candles here. 27264, 27264. I mean, hey, if that hits for $500 profit, I would be very happy about that one. So I might do another little limit here. The limit orders seem to be I don't know. Maybe this is just recency bias because of the weekend that I had, but the limit orders are kind of calling out to me right now. So I'm going to do a buy right here, just kind of in the middle of all these candles. at 35,362. 35,362 is my buy limit. I'm going to put my stops probably at the bottoms of these candles, tops of these candles over on the left. That's 35,188. 35,188. We can risk a little bit more than that. Let's bump this up to 3. Yeah, I like that. With a take profit, I don't think I'm going to do a take profit on this one. I'm just going to try and eyeball it. So let's go ahead and put that one in as well. I like that. And should we take a look at here, we'll just finish up with the buys. Euro Aussie. I'm not going to take a look at the sells because, again, I don't want to take up too much time, and I already know that this is going to be very long. I don't mean it for it to be so long, but I enjoy talking to you guys and looking at charts together. So, yep, clear, strong upward trend. All these charts look the same. I mean, it's just lower. It's higher, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I think I'm doing that correctly. Nick can correct me on that. I might just do the same thing, but this one probably a little bit tighter. I don't know. The chart is not quite as convincing to me because this was really just a big period of consolidation, but we have recently broken through these highs right here. So I'm going to do another limit order, probably at the tops of these candles right here. This little zone right here. So limit on the buy side. Please get out of my way. Let's do it right about here. Works for me. 69947. 69. Look at that. 69947. With the stop just below that, right down here, at the bottom of that red wick right there. That's 69791. 69791. $500, maybe not quite 500. 300. It's fine with me. I'll do a take profit at the tops of these. Why not? Just kind of right there. Play it safe. 7379. 7379. $800 profit. I'd be happy with that. All right, there we go.
So my confession is today I was in a trade on S&P, and at one point I was down 2,900, but I ended plus 100.
Okay.
So
That's good.
I got out because I was like, as soon as it hit, I had like a take profit at like 400, but I was just so nervous. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I've already been through a whirlwind with this one. I don't need any more.
I made $2 total. So, yeah.
What did you do today?
Huh?
What'd you do?
I closed out a trade I've held for quite a long time for 50 cents.
Over the weekend, it turned out that James made like $8,000 or something crazy like that. He was just telling me all the trades that were closing Monday morning. And it was like $2,000 and then $3,000 and then $1,000. I was like, oh no, I gotta pick up the pace here. I gotta catch up. So in the heat of the moment, I placed a couple trades. I want to talk about the one that's going well right now. I'm in one that's it's pound Aussie. I've been in it for quite some time, and it hasn't really done much. If you look at the chart here, it's just sort of zigzagged. This is where I entered, right here. And then all through the weekend, it just went up and down and up and down and up and down. And now it's going up, and it's starting to come back down a little bit, but I've already locked in $265. That's not that much compared to what the other team is now making. But it's getting there. I haven't really figured out how to make trades that are like massive. For some reason, all the trades I take are very slow and they kind of barely move, but they've all gone well so far. I haven't really had a loss. I think I've had one loss right at the beginning, but I think that story might be changing because if you look at my Euro Aussie trade that I took in just a spur of the moment, this was me. I pulled up the EDGEFINDER. I saw that Euro Aussie was a strong buy, I believe. And so I was like, all right, let's do it. I didn't really look at anything else. And I placed it. and it's going down, down, down. So that's great. That'll really help the team out. So far, I'm down nearly $60. I hope that it can turn around before it hits my stop loss. I might, if it's looking bad enough, I may just pull out early and call it a day on that one. And also over here, I got dollar CAD. Now this one hasn't moved enough to really, warrant any concern. I'm down at $1.25 at the moment. Again, this trade here, Euro Aussie, I put a big unit. I think that's how the units. I put a lot of units on it. I guess that's how you say that. And that trade seems to be moving pretty rapidly. So I probably figured out how to do that for a change at the wrong time because it's going the opposite direction I need it to. But this one's going very slow, like usual, like all my other ones. But it's not. I'm not concerned about that one quite yet. I'm only concerned about this one. Hopefully that one goes in my favor eventually because I need to make some money. I need to catch up to James. James is kicking my tail right now, and I can't let that happen. In last video, he was in distress, and I was loving it because I was doing great. And then over the weekend, it all just fell apart. And James is now Mr. Moneybags, and he's rolling in dough, and I'm over here trying to scrape by. So that's my current update, and hopefully I can come back with even better news in my next one.
I feel like
Yeah, that's it. Now we're done.
no.
That's way worse than I thought it could have been.
That's the end of the game. Sorry. It's all on me.
I think we should.
No, I don't think so.
I think we should all get one veto.
It's all on
As
me.
a team,
The game
one
is
team,
over.
Each team gets one veto.
Holy cow.
And we have to be able to veto that.
What just
I
happened?
didn't know that.
Maybe.
Well, look.
Oh no!
I've been Mr.
I'll be fine with thinking that.
What?
Yeah. That literally the click of a button did that. There wasn't even any. I just went boop, gone. Like I basically wadded it up and tossed it in the trash.
Chandler, we can just void that.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid that.
Can we void that?
Yeah.
Please, holy cow! I've lost internet. Ah.
Oh, it's gone.
What
are you gonna do? I'm just kidding.
I just lost my internet.
I just told Julie.
Do you guys remember?
Guess what?
You don't feel it?
I was setting my stop loss, and instead of like setting it where it needed to go, I was so focused on the whole time I've been doing this. I've been barely making like $50 every time. So I was like, here we go, we're doing it big. So I was so worried about getting the percentage right that I didn't actually set the stop loss where it needed to go, and all I did was keep it exactly where it was going to enter. So I hit go, and it immediately just tossed my money out the window.
Oh, so we didn't even
So there you go.
Just close out another successful trade. Went to the EDGEFINDER, saw that it was very bearish on the Aussie dollar. I hopped in here. We're looking at the hour time frame, and I took a short, put 100,000 units on it, and we closed out for a profit of $4. So, once again, improves to 4-1.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go over my analysis. So, well, some back story, I guess. I've been taking a lot of trades, and I have not been doing great. I haven't been doing terrible. I've been recovering my loss most of the time. Actually, that's a lie. No, but I've recovered some of the loss. So I'm trying to do more in-depth analysis before I actually take a trade. So first, I pulled up the EDGEFINDER and I looked at, I wanted to do a buy because I don't really understand shorting that much. I did one recently and made a profit, but I'm not super familiar with it, so I wanted to do a buy. So I looked on the EDGEFINDER and I looked at bullish. Some of these up here that are very bullish I looked at, but I didn't like the chart. I didn't see anything that I could get in on. So I went down to bullish, and let me see. I went to Euro NZD and I saw that it was bullish, and then I went on TradingView, pulled up the chart, and on TradingView it has this little, I don't know, thing. I don't know what to call it, but basically it also said a buy, so I was like, okay, that could be good. Then I looked at the chart, and I looked at it first on the 1 day. How do I, one moment. Okay, so I looked at it there, and then I went to, oh no, one moment. Sorry, James. It's gonna be a second. I messed up. Okay. So then I went to the 1 hour chart, and then I saw that, let me see if I can zoom in. I saw that it had gone up, and then it was going down, and I thought it was going to go up again. So I took a buy. So I went long on it, and right now I'm at break even. But earlier it was at $20 profit. Honestly, right now I'm just trying to recover my losses. So I have my take profit at, where is it at? $2.95. So that would help me to get closer up to like break even in my whole account size or account balance. So let's see, where am I at? Oh, now I'm up $5.59. That's something. So I'll just keep looking at it and keep an eye on it throughout the day, and then I'll update you guys. Okay, thanks.
Just tell me if something happens.
I just took a trade and I set a stop loss, like it set one for me, but I was gonna adjust it, and then the fire alarm went off. So I guess we'll see what happens when we go back.
Same size. She's the same size. And blonde. Like same height. She just showed up. So.
Action.
All right, guys. So we are. Why not?
Because they can hear.
I don't
Oh,
know.
that's true. Okay, so
Frank's the one that's gonna be one.
are we 2 weeks in or 3?
This is the last week.
Next
right?
week.
This
This is the last week,
Yeah.
So it's all or nothing.
So 2+ weeks.
and it's
So we have
what's today? Today's Tuesday, so we have 3 trading days, 4 trading days.
to make up for $5,000.
How
Okay.
did we get here? How do we get
I think
From
I
from the
think maybe
top
you should
last
explain
week.
that.
Last week we
Yeah.
were winning by like 5,000.
It's almost like someone took a $2,700
But
loss.
there's still something else that took place in there that
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, bygones be bygones. Let's talk about how to win this. So to win this, I think we gotta do something that you would never actually do on a real account, which I think we need to Hail Mary.
I know. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
so-
thinking.
That's what Julie's been good at. Julie's been
I don't know how to Hail Mary. I've been trying.
So
I really
Chandler's
don't.
trying to I think Chandler's our secret Hail Mary
I
guy.
love it. I love
I don't know
it.
how to do it.
I
So
love it.
Hail Mary, context for viewers, if you're outside of the US, it's the idea of like throwing the football all the way down the field like it's an all-in kind of throw. For us here in the trading world, which you should never do this when you're actually trading your own real money, but because this is a demo account challenge, I think we should consider basically still trading the way we're doing, but up our risk percentage from like 1% or 0.5%, jump that risk up to like
100%.
5.
Do you
Yeah,
think
100%.
All of it.
Like 5%, 10%,
we
like
should
much bigger.
set like bigger? Because like one thing that like with my trade yesterday where I like was down so much and then ended up going up a little bit. Like that one's scary, but do you think we should set like our stop loss and take profit like a wider, like almost like we're trading like day time frame, and just give it time to work out if we think it's,
Well-
because that's part of my issue is that I feel like I don't, like I take such like on the hourly chart, and so sometimes it doesn't give it enough time to like work out, and so then I get stopped out, and then it ends up like doing something.
Well, I would say if we had more time, maybe.
I have a make or break it strategy here.
Okay.
We look, 4 of us look together, find a trade we like, and then 3 of us all go in on that same trade. It's
No.
risky.
No.
That is the
It
nuclear
is
option.
risky,
No.
but it could be so. We are in desperate
No.
mode.
Well, I do
No,
think we need
because
to.
Desperate times, desperate
if you
measures.
spread out a little bit more, then if you take that trade and it goes badly, then we're not coming down with you, and then Chandler might have found another trade that ends up going up.
Well, I do think if we're each going to take 3 trades, we do need to text each other what we're going to trade. Because if we both look at dollar yen and Chandler goes long and Julie goes short, we just nullify each other's trades.
That's true. That's
So we
right.
got to at least know, like, okay, are we going to be bullish dollar together, or are we going to be not bullish? You know, like
So,
plan it a little bit together.
15-minute chart or
1 hour, 15 minutes. Just text each other what we trade, risk, let's say 5%, and try and let a winner run.
I didn't even know we could trade gold on TradingView.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you could.
You can.
Oh, perfect.
I've been looking all day for like a good setup, and it's just not there.
That's trading.
Nick, it's just not. It's just not.
Find a setup next few days, risk 5 to 7%. 7% if it gets closer, because we got no time, and we gotta catch a good one.
Okay, so they're having a meeting right now, so I thought we'd do the same. But so we're in the last week of trading, and I was thinking that if things kind of go south, we're gonna have to adjust some things as well. So right now we're up about $5,000. And so if that lead starts to get broken, say we're like not really doing anything with our trades and they're catching up, and say we're at like maybe $1,000 ahead, or maybe they even surpass us, we're doing a plan where the three of us, or the three of them, will take trades on the same thing. One person will go one direction, the other two will go the other direction, but in kind of lower leverage, as in we'll stack one as the highest leverage, half of that in the other direction, and then half of that one in the other direction as well. Everyone now! And manage it from there. Call it option 12.
So at the end of the day, me and Julie, we took our respected trades, and then we went home for the day. The next morning, I woke up to a text from Julie that said that she lost $6,000 in her trade, and I said, uh-oh, and I looked at my trade, and I had lost $4,000. So great, we're now down $10,000. So our grand plan after that was to just put everything into gold. We're gonna short it right before PMI comes out. Well, lo and behold, gold flew to Jupiter that morning, and we lost even more money. And it just sort of falls apart from there.
Okay, so Hallie, you weren't here yesterday, so we held off the team meeting. But the other team, I'm not going to mention their names, had a meeting and a game plan for what they were going to do going forwards. They were talking about risking big, apparently, to catch up to us, which they couldn't do. But what we came up with was a little plan where one of us, as in you three, would take a large position on something, and the other two would take smaller positions but on the same thing in the opposite direction.
Okay.
So say like James, he takes a big trade on like one pair and he risks 10%. So that's pretty hefty. So we have you guys, let's say you risk a little smaller, you go 5%, but the other way. And Emily goes half of that again, so 2.5%. So we kind of hedge our positions to see. So if James is very wrong, you guys will cushion his blow, kind of.
Yeah, it's a great plan.
And so I drew James, and then you.
Oh,
Emily.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that there were different characters. I see that.
That's
what I was
Yeah.
But explain the name of the plan.
So James came up with the name.
I came up with the name because the theory was that one person would trade one way and two people would trade the other way. So it's just
So it's
1,
option
2,
12.
option 12.
I love it.
But I mean,
Now it's
clearly we don't.
unnecessary.
That's not necessary
You
anymore.
don't really need it because they kind of blew their accounts.
A little bit.
So yeah, that was it.
We should say, and we can say this to the camera, that at least the competition is not technically over. If they find a miracle trade and make up the currently $22,000 that they're down right now,
It would be a miracle.
it would be a miracle.
I feel like Julie can do it.
She might. I'm gonna.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's possible.
No. not
Yeah,
at all.
I don't know, but it was a good idea because especially if the one person or if the two people are wrong, and they can close out fast enough, then the loss is definitely small, and the one person taking the bigger position, if they were wrong, if they were able to close out fast enough, you might still get a little bit of profit from these two, especially if he just reverses his position and then joins in on that one. It was a solid plan to help
Solid plan.
like maintain
the lead, but
Yeah.
not so necessary anymore.
I think we should just sit tight. Sit tight. Sit tight and let them
For the
continue
people,
what they're doing.
for the people, I'm still making little trades.
Okay.
Just little ones.
Just for the people.
Just for the people. It's
Yeah.
for y'all.
It's for, yeah.
Well, other than that, option 12 is no more. So
Rip it up. Just kidding. Don't rip it up. It's beautiful.
thanks.
Yeah, it's your art.
So that's it, I think.
All right, guys. Wonderful.
That plant looks like it needs some water.
Probably. Thank you. Just those are hanging. Team Pit Bulls out. Out.
Pitbull. Trading worldwide.
Trading worldwide.
Yeah, so that was really unexpected. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous for these last couple of days, even though we had grew our lead by a significant amount. I just thought to myself, they have nothing to lose at this point, so they can risk crazy amounts. We have $100,000 in these demo accounts to start with, so we could risk an insane amount and make so much money off one trade. And it's risky because it could go the other way and you could lose all of your money on one trade. But I thought, if they just find the perfect breakout and they place a trade that then we have to catch up to, it's going to turn into a disaster. I totally saw Friday. I could see it. Friday, all of us just making the most ridiculous trades, as many as we could, trying to one up each other, losing it all, winning it all, but can be a little bit more conservative with our trading now, if not stop it entirely. I'm not, for the sake of this whole series it's been a lot of fun. It's been very educational for all of us as well, figuring out how to place trades, how the market moves just a little bit, so I want to keep going with that. I want to, look for trades each day. I'm not going to do it nearly as much as I was doing in the past, trying to build a big lead, but I'll take a look at it once a day, see if there's something that I like, and, kind of ease our way to the finish line, hopefully. It's not over yet. It is definitely not over yet. I'm sure that Julie is trying to cook something big and get her team back on top. She could. We'll see. But, yeah, wow.
Okay, so a little bit of an update. I was out of the office yesterday, but I was still trading. So yesterday I took some pretty big losses. You can see these numbers here. I think in total, around 15,000 I lost. I felt a lot of pressure to kind of make a comeback, and I think I was just making a lot of stupid moves. So today I'm trying to be a little smarter with it. So I got in a USD CAD trade yesterday, and you can see I entered about here. It went down a little bit, and then, it went down from here, and then it's coming back up. I'm still in it. At one point I was up 19,000. I should have taken my profit here, but I didn't, and so I'm still in it, but it's just slowly moving up, I think. So that one's good. And then I'm also in gold, as Chandler just said. He's copying me, but I'm not sure if that's the best decision, but I shorted it at the top right here, and that one's doing really good, but I have a take profit at 1,500. So it looks like it's going to hit soon. And then lastly, I'm in NAS, and that one's not doing so good, but I think it came down and then it kind of started to move up. So I just didn't have the best entry, but I think if I let it play it out, it might end up positive. So we'll see.
I emailed him 39 minutes ago.
So right now I am in a gold sell, and the reason I'm doing this is because Julie sent me a text that said sell gold, and I blindly took the signal, and here we are. I'm very confident this trade will make 40 grand and will close the gap.
Okay, I just got out of my gold trade. I shorted it, and then I had a take profit right here. Still going down a little bit, but I kind of just wanted to get something in the books to make sure that I had some sort of profit today. So yeah, it was a $1,500 profit, and so yeah.
Okay, so the past couple of days have been absolutely ridiculous. I think it was Tuesday, the other team, the A1 Day ones, were super nervous because they had gone down $5,000. And so they had their team meeting, and they were thinking that they're going to have to risk a whole bunch because they have like 4 days left in the competition. They're down $5,000. And somehow they dig themselves into at its peak, $41,000 down. And within a day and a half, Julie from the freaking top rope has cut that down to just over 24,000 single-handedly, essentially. So tomorrow is the very last day of the trading competition. As it stands right now, they're down somewhere around $24,000. So we still have a super comfortable lead, but the way that Julie has been trading is like, she's just out of her mind. It's crazy. I mean, she was in profit over $19,000 on USD CAD, ended up only taking $15,000 on one trade. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like I'm going to get to work tomorrow and Julie's just going to be like, yeah, we're winning. So I heard her talking about, I mean, she just said this in front of everybody, something about her trade that she just took a second ago is already up $1,500 because she's leveraging so much. I know that she's risking 5% of her total account. So she's up $1,500 on something. She said, I thought she said JP, which I don't know what JP is. The only thing I can think of is USD JPY. And Frank was making a big deal about, oh, you just entered that. How are you up so much? And I know it's because she's risking 5% of her account on every trade. But I might have to find this mysterious JP trade and try and follow her because I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous.
All right, so it is the final day of the competition, and my team has done something that no trader should ever actually do, which is basically YOLO trade, going all in on the same trade by 3 different traders. Dollar CAD was the pick, which has proven out to be a really good pick. The thing has gone straight up. We just had Jerome Powell speak, and he said some stuff that was really hawkish, sent the dollar to the moon, and of course the dollar CAD really benefited from that. Let me just also warn that, again, this is a fun competition, and these are demo accounts. This is a good reminder. This is never how you should actually trade real money, because most likely you're going to end up blowing a ton of money trading in this way. But for the sake of competition, it's making things a little bit more interesting. I would say, and this is just my take, a competition again in the future probably should be less about just pure gains per team and probably add some limits, like what was the biggest drawdown that each team had, things like that, which kind of give a more full picture of real trading competitions, you know, like rather than just how much can you make, how well can you actually trade. And there's more to just P&L, because again, if you just went all in on something, you can kind of see how it turns out. It's very, well, all in. So yeah.
This is a lot of pressure on us. I'm trying to just see if I can get a little bit, because we're only down like about 10,000 or so. So I'm trying to see if I can quickly make it happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, so the last 30 minutes have definitely been crazy. It's super intense around here, but we'll see. There's still time, and I don't know. They might take it all. They might blow more, so we'll see.
Okay, so the whole team, A1 Day 1, went long US CAD. I believe Julie made 10,000 something. Drew is still unknown. We don't have any word on him, but I just closed out for 4,500. You see, my mishap with my $15,000 loss kind of put me in a bit of a rut, because I can risk as much as the rest of the team, but it doesn't like hit as much as their trades do. So I'm having to work a little extra harder to make more money. So yeah, the most I could have gotten just now is I think what I just got. So.
Well, they're taking crazy trades and they've cut their losses so far, so it's kind of scary to see them go from like minus 40 to minus 10,000. But then again, there's less than 30 minutes left in this competition, So, you know, what they're gonna have to do is look at smaller time frames, leverage a lot, and that's where people mess up. So hopefully that's what happens.
This has been I feel like this was a very long 3 weeks and also a very short 3 weeks at the same time. It has been a whirlwind starting from 3 weeks ago on Monday, taking my first trades, having 2 positive trades back to back for like $500, and I was like, wow, like this is great. And then the very next day, losing that, just the ups and downs, seeing people hit crazy trades, seeing people make funny mistakes, you know, myself included. But this is it. It's done. We're done. We completed the trading competition. 3 weeks, Monday through Friday, 15 days. We called it at noon today. And I have the final scores. So we have Team A1 Day 1 with a total score of $285,499.10. Team Pitbulls had a total score of $302,736.47, with an overall difference between the two of $17,237.37. So, congratulations to Team Pitbulls, Frank, our coach, Emily, Hallie, and myself. We are officially the winners, but if there was an MVP, it would have to be Julie, because oh my goodness, the trades that she took in the last 2-3 days were absolutely ridiculous. If I do genuinely think that if there was a best trader out of the 6 of us who were competing, it would probably be Julie, because she was the most patient and technical and I mean, she did really well, and I thought she would. I thought everyone would do well, and to be honest, I think everybody did. I think everybody did do well. We work around this stuff every single day. We listen to Frank and Nick and our guests from all over the world on our live streams and YouTube videos and things like that. We're surrounded by this stuff, so we figured we'd give it a shot. And it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this. Congratulations again to Team Pitbulls. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, Team Pitbulls, trading worldwide.
Okay, so for the last week of the competition, we decided we were $5,000 down thanks to Drew, and we decided we needed to Hail Mary it and just try to place some like heavier trades. So we were risking more like 5 to 10% the last week, which was a roller coaster. I had some really awesome trades. I think I was up 19,000 at one point on USD CAD, I think on Thursday. And then it ended up fluctuating a little bit, and I ended with 15,000 on that one. And then I had another 6K win, and then I had a 13K loss, another 6K loss. So it was a lot of back and forth, and honestly very stressful. I don't recommend that. But we figured if we're gonna lose, whether it's down by 10,000 or down by 50,000. So we were just risking it to kind of fix that gap. So yeah, we ended up losing by about like 17,000, I think, in the end, but we put up a good fight, I think. So overall, I really liked my team. Okay, wait, let me start over. Okay, so overall, I think our team was decent, but I think we had some flaws. Drew didn't really know what he was doing most of the time, so he stayed out of the trading a little bit. Like, for the most part, the trading was me and Chandler. And then Chandler was good, but he just kept telling himself that he wasn't good enough and he didn't know what he was doing. And he did know, but he was talking himself out of it. So I think that kind of messed us up a little bit because he couldn't convince himself that he was prepared for this. I think the last week we felt a lot of pressure, and so I think we started making some really stupid moves. So for example, on Wednesday, I just kind of started like putting a ton of money on random things and not really thinking about what I was doing, because I was like, surely if I just do like random things, something's got to go up. And I was wrong. It didn't do that. And we got ourselves in a really big rut because of that. We were down 40K at one point, and I think that really messed us up. So I think the Hail Mary was a good idea, but I think we should have been smart with it still at the same time. Like, I started just not thinking about what I was trading when I had been doing a pretty good job of like doing analysis and you know, thinking through my trades, and I stopped doing that the last week. So overall, one of the things that I thought was interesting is stop losses. I always was like, why would somebody not put a stop loss? We get messages all the time and people are like not sure where to put their stop loss, or they're like, oh, I lost all my money. And I'm like, why did you not have a stop loss? And now I realize it's really difficult to find the perfect place to put your stop loss. Obviously, there's no perfect place, but I found that really difficult to figure out, okay, like I don't want to get out of the trade just for it to jump back up, but I also like need to protect my overall balance. So how do you do that? I don't know. It's really difficult. It's a lot more difficult than I thought. And I think that was one of the things that surprised me a lot. I don't think I'm going to be a trader in the end. I tend to prefer to stick to investing. It's just a little less stressful. I'm not watching my screen all day long. But I did think it was really fun, and I think it honestly gave me a really good idea of where you guys are coming from when I hear from all of the messages we get and we just see the comments and stuff like that. I think it really helps me kind of understand that, and I also can like read a chart a little bit more, so that's exciting that I can like understand what Nick and Frank are talking about when they're talking about trading.
What am I gonna say? During the trading competition, I learned a lot. I would say that I think there were a lot of terms that I knew, like at face value, I guess, just from talking to different customers and talking to Nick and hearing his conversations with Frank and the other analysts. I knew about them, but I didn't really like understand how they would actually apply to when you're trading. So I've learned a lot in terms of that. It's been fun. I've had a really good time. I feel like it's been kind of like bonding in a way, because we've all had this, like, we're not just doing our own tasks each day. I mean, we're obviously still working, but we're coming together, you know, each team to take trades and learn and help each other. So it's been a lot of fun. I feel more confident in my conversations with customers now that I'm understanding things more. But I still think I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to be a trader. Sorry, guys. Can't do it. But it was fun while it lasted and when it wasn't my actual money. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.
So the competition is over, and of course, Pitbull's on top. I never had a doubt about it. Overall, the competition was very interesting. Me personally, I stuck to more conservative trades. I didn't, risk a lot, and that ended up working out for me. I consistently was profitable, but I didn't make huge wins, but I didn't take huge losses either. So I've learned that I'm a very conservative trader, which worked out in my favor overall. My team, it was interesting to see the dynamic between everyone. James really was going big or going home, and Emily was just kind of doing her thing. And yeah, we each played an integral part in making sure that, we stayed consistently profitable. Frank, great coach, couldn't have done it without him. Julie was, let's just give it up for Julie for a second. I have to give her flowers. She really just killed it, and I knew she would. So it was really cool to kind of see her do her thing and it's definitely in the genes, in the SIAC genes for sure. Also, huge shout out to James really quick. He absolutely killed coordinating this competition. It, created great team morale between the office, and I really feel like our audience enjoyed it so much, and he just absolutely killed it. So thank you, James, for making this so much fun. I hope everyone had a great time watching it, as much as we love to do it. So yeah, thank you, James. So I gotta give it up for Nick and Frank really quick, just because this whole process really gave me a newfound respect for what they do. I've obviously always respected, trading and just the industry in general, but to actually be put in their shoes for a change, it really was very eye-opening and a lot of fun, but also very stressful and a little scary sometimes. So yeah, just shout out to Nick and Frank for, just being awesome traders and, doing what they do really well. So it's not easy, but, they make it look a lot easier. So yeah, I think I would like to do this again, another office competition, just because it was a lot of fun, and maybe next time learn a little bit more about the technicals and fundamentals when it comes to trading. I think we got a little excited when we started making profits, but not really understanding how or why. So maybe next time we could do something a little bit like that. But yeah, overall, this was a really cool experience, and I'm really glad that we did it.
So the competition is over. And as you can see, I was starting to lose my hair by the end. I'm kidding. I got a haircut. I think overall we did okay. We didn't win, but we certainly closed the gap pretty significantly, actually. At first, we were starting off really well. Julie made like a great trade right at the beginning. I was making some pretty small trades. I wasn't quite sure what I was doing yet. I was being a little too careful. I think I was treating it as if it was my own account and not a $100,000 account, which actually kind of after the fact makes me think maybe somewhere down the line I could do this. If I just do what I was doing at the beginning when I was actually doing all right before I got really reckless and tried to like win the race. Because normally I wouldn't be racing anybody. I'd be doing it myself. Our team did pretty all right. We took some pretty rough losses about in the middle there. And then the other team, the Pit Bulls, they took some pretty crazy wins. And that sort of like flip-flopped everything. But I gotta say, we did really good at trying to close that gap. We got really close. I think we had 30 minutes left of the competition, and there was like a $17,000 difference, which, it's going to be pretty impossible to close that. But, I mean, we made like 30 grand in an hour collectively. So, pretty impressive stuff. I enjoyed the competition. I'm kind of glad it's over because, I might keep my account open and continue practicing the way I was at the start of the game. But this was a fun experience. I enjoyed it.
So overall, I'm really happy with the outcome. I'm glad we won. But I'm also really glad that they all got to experience, trading firsthand. And although it wasn't real money, they could tell like what it was like in and out of trades and like throughout the day. If you learning how to like leverage correctly and all this stuff, and they all did a really good job, and I was actually really impressed, especially with Julie towards the end. She was pretty formidable. She was cutting our gap between them pretty steeply, and then we ended up winning in the end. But yeah, she was very on top of things, and so was the rest of the team overall, and also just James and Hallie and Emily, how they just all kind of they all did it by themselves. I didn't tell them anything. I'm not even really a coach. They just wanted coaches for these teams, but yeah, we didn't tell them anything. So I'm really impressed with all of them and how smart and responsible they were even with this fake money. So I'm happy with the outcome.
And coming up soon, it's going to be your guys' turn. We'll have more information about that later, but that is coming soon. It will be your turn. In fact, if you want to go ahead and submit your application for it, you can go ahead and do that with the link that's down in the description below right now. It'll be the first link in the description here. You fill out if you fill out that form, you'll get the instructions that you need to go ahead and submit your application. Once I receive your application, we will give you more information soon following. But yeah. Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EDGEFINDER, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.